Ayo Review family, keep it high, keep it tight. My name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy, and I'm back again to bring you another video. Welcome back to my series Track Review, the series in which I review tracks. And in this one, I'm going to be reviewing the new track from Joji entitled Slow Dancing in the Dark. So, if you are unfamiliar with Joji, he's actually Filthy Frank. He diverged from the Filthy Frank name and the kind of satire, weird black comedy that he was doing, and the Pink Guy name where he was making comedy music over, and wanted to pursue more of a serious musical career, so he named himself Joji, and he got signed to 88 Rising. Not too familiar with that label. I know like Rich Brian's on that label, but I'm not too familiar with the overall label and the people that are on it. But he released an EP last November, Joji did, and it was entitled In Tongues, and it was I believe like a 16 or 17 minute EP of just kind of very low-key, lo-fi. Also, if you're a lawnmower outside, it's because there is one. It was this kind of low-key, hip-hop, just lo-fi, trippy type of coded EP, and I wasn't that big of a fan of it. If I was reviewing albums, I would have probably given it like a 4 out of 10. I wasn't that big of a fan of In Tongues, and I haven't gone back to it since. Maybe I should. But I just wasn't a fan of the aesthetic he was going for. It wasn't really pleasing to me. I wasn't that big of a fan. And when I saw this new track and I heard some of the buzz going around it, I was like, okay, I'm willing to give him another chance. I'm willing to try out his music, because that'd be very shallow of me. As a guy that reviews music, it would be dumb of me to be like, I'm not going to review this person's music because I didn't like their last music. I want to try to give people the fair chance. And I was genuinely surprised by this track. I'll give you that. Alongside this, he announced a new album. I believe it's called like Ballads 1 or something. So I'll definitely look forward to that, and I'll review that whenever it comes out. I'm not sure if it has a date yet or whatever for release, but this song is much more of a step in the right direction towards the type of music that I wish he was making. And obviously, artists, I love seeing independency, and it has nothing to do with me. I mean, I will listen to the music and review it either way. It just comes down to this style, to me, appealed more than his other style, which he still kept a lot of that kind of trip-hop, dreamy bedroom, lo-fi hip-hop that he had done previously. But as opposed to his just kind of mumble singing on, kind of low-key mumble singing on In Tongues, that still remains, but it's done so with a little bit more range. I feel like he's really trying to get his singing up. And I know that 88 Rising did like a compilation a while ago, and people were praising his singing on that, and I honestly haven't checked that out, but it honestly feels like Joji's trying to get his singing voice up, because he makes a lot more melody on this track. He makes a lot more harmonious type of passages with himself on this track, and the parts where he is kind of doing this lower type of almost monotony type of singing, it comes across a bit better. Now, the production, it's pretty much like In Tongues. It's very glossy, very just extremely smooth and meticulous, so that's neat. Funny enough, the thing that I probably have to praise the most is the video. I was a big fan of the video. I think that it came across really well. I really like the kind of, it's just hard to explain. Joji, one thing I could say is, even though I wasn't a big fan of In Tongues, I love his videos. I love the videos that he does for his music. And overall, this was a neat track. I like the lyrics. I liked what it was trying to convey. I like what he's trying to do with his voice. I like that he's trying to push boundaries, and he's not just making the same music over and over, because he could, but he's not. And for that, I got to give a ton of respect on Filthy Frank. I believe his name's Frank Miller. If I might be getting that completely wrong, but I'll just call him Filthy Frank or Joji. I like this track a lot. I'm curious to hear what other people are thinking, so that's why I want you guys to post in the comments below what you thought. I'm going to post in the description the song, as I always do, and you can like, comment, subscribe, and I'll shout your channel out. It helps me out a lot. Like this track a lot. What do you think? Let me know, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Consider subscribing. See you next time. My name is Jay Morris, the Review Guy, and I'm signing off saying farewell.